So maybe, Gert, let's just get our terminology right here, right? South Africa has a fiscal pressure. We don't have a financial crisis. So, and let's be cautious with the kind of words we use. And that fiscal pressure that the country is facing is not new. It's been something that's been openly communicated. It's something that government is seized with. You will have seen a letter that came out of National Treasury directed at all government departments with respect to the curtailment of cost. There is an exercise already underway, including here in the presidency, by the way, to look at our various cost structures and look at how we curtail those costs back. What I must also dispel with was the reporting that seek to characterize the engagement between the President and National Treasury as a secret meeting. That was unfortunately lazy reporting that sought to generate these sensational headlines. You cannot have a head of state meeting a key element of his administration, or any element of the state for that matter, be characterized as secret. The discussions may be confidential for reasons that those discussions are not yet ready for public consumption, but that does not equate to a secret meeting, especially when such a meeting is being held in a publicly accessible place. So that characterization of that meeting was rather unfortunate, and in my view, with all due respect, constitutes an element of lazy reporting and unnecessary sensation. What that meeting was seized about, as we've communicated, was one, to look at the sort of fiscal challenges that we are faced with as a country, but also then to look at measures to stimulate growth, because the fiscal challenges we are facing is partly rooted to low growth, which has resulted in low tax collections, and therefore it's necessary and quite prudent for the government to then look at the curtailment of cost, but equally continue to be seized with how do we stimulate growth. You will recall, Gert, that we have NICOM that is addressing our energy challenges, which the President has described as one of the biggest constraints to economic growth. That process is underway. Minister Ramaphosa every week updates the nation on progress in that regard. We've established the National Logistics Committee together with stakeholders in the industry. We've also established work streams, working closely with business, and those work streams are actually pillared around energy, logistics, and resolving related issues with respect to our ports, as well as the fight against crime and corruption. And so, as we are managing or navigating through these fiscal pressures, we are equally putting double or triple the effort, if you like, to ensuring that we resolve these issues that are undermining growth and we continue to attract investments. I mentioned in my opening that the President will be meeting or leading a roundtable discussion with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce as well as the U.S. Africa Business Center. Really, the purpose of that roundtable is to continue showcasing South Africa's competitiveness, the opportunities that arise out of some of the challenges that we are facing, opportunities of which are quite ripe for investments, and to provide assurance that government is on the driving seat with respect to the resolution of these challenges, and also to provide assurance that we are on the driving seat with respect to managing this fiscal challenge, and we are keeping a close eye on our public debt levels, which we have admitted that are untenable. And so all of those issues are being attended to with a great deal of urgency and speed that they require. But we must just be cautious with how we term the exercise. It's not a crisis. It's a pressure. It's a pressure point that's being appropriately managed.